Hi, my name is Juan Casimiro, CEO and founder of Biznovator. This is a series titled Hacking COVID-19 with Biznovator 30, a series of 37 to 10-minute workshops that go out on a daily basis throughout social media, be it on Instagram, Facebook, including LinkedIn, YouTube, and so forth. And for more in-depth type of development, go to mybiznovator.com. I've shared a number of topics over the last couple of days, and today I want to talk about creating your own reflection journal. Being able to simply find a journal that you can purchase at some point or create one from one of those pads you have sitting at home. And a journal like this, it's all about your reflection. What did you conquer that day? What are some of the challenges from that particular day? And let me share with you some way back information and things that I started to do back in 1987. I was able to take my first trip to Europe. I was a school teacher, New York City Board of Education back then. And in New York City, I was surprised that on the very last day of teaching, all the teachers were given 5 post-dated checks that would be cashed every 2 weeks for the entire summer. Can you imagine? I'm probably at around 23 years old back then, and I get 5 post-dated checks. Prior to that, I knew that I was going to have the summers off, and I asked myself, what am I going to do for 60 to 90 days? Because in New York City, you would teach till June, and you wouldn't be back till about September. Sounds familiar? Many of you are out of school for the next 2 to 3 weeks, in some cases a couple of months. And parents, when they're at home, you're asking yourself, what are you going to do with your children? So I wanted to share these little 7 to 10 minute mini workshops, if you will, on a daily basis, and think about how I'm turning something into positive outcomes versus just focus on negative social media. I am mindful of the coronavirus. I respect what's going on. I respect all the hysteria and panic with a lot of people, but there's some things that are beyond your control. However, you could control your thinking. And one of the things I want to make sure is that young people who are at home for a long period of time is that they don't go stagnant, that they put their brains and their minds into use besides the assignments, the online courses that they're given. And one of the things I want to share today is that you need to consider creating your reflection journal. We spoke about a gratitude journal, but your reflection journal is something that you simply pick up. So for example, back in 1987, I had this little journal because I knew I was traveling to Europe, and I lasted about 2 months in Europe, traveling from London throughout Scandinavia. I went to Germany, I went to Sweden, and every single day, every single town that I pulled up to, every single train line that I got in, every single meal that I had, I wrote about it. And I started to write my experiences, the people that I met, the challenges, being alone and traveling throughout countries I had never been to. And it was a wonderful experience. That to me impacted my life. So this particular journal goes back to 1987. Can you imagine? And in this one is from 2000, I believe 1988. This was my travel journal. And in this particular journal, again, I just kept expanding my messaging from the first one that got filled up after about 1 month. And I was able to pick up a travel journey on the trip there. And I just kept writing about all the countries and people that I met. This is the first time that I opened these in many, many years. So you have your reflection journal. You write about your experiences. You think back, and you should be reading it probably every week and see how things are going. You just write about whatever you want. Reflect on things that were amazing, challenges perhaps, and you think back, what could you have done different? What lesson did I learn? What action steps should I take based on that experience on that given day? There's another one that's from 2005. Again, I've been traveling to well over roughly about 40 countries throughout all these years, doing what I love. I found my passion in 1987, which was teaching young people the core concepts and skills needed to be young entrepreneurs. And I am still living my passion. I am still living my dreams to travel, to empower young people around the world. In fact, Biznovator focuses on teaching and creating young entrepreneurs to be socially conscious, to also be mindful of their environment and so on. So my reflection journal has really helped me think back, learn from those past experiences, and I've kind of upgraded and updated some of these things as I look back on these experiences. So from 1987 to 1988, and this one is from 2005. An amazing journal, almost filled. I have some blank pages. And then that leads me to the more recent. In 2016, I picked up this other reflection journal that I picked up at Hult University in Boston. I went with a mentee and her parents. She wanted to see Hult University. I committed to giving her a tour and visiting other universities while there, Northeastern included. And it was a great experience. So again, anytime I travel, I'm either buying or using an unused reflection journal. I write at the end of the day. For me, it works at night. But I also write in the morning and reflect of what happened the night before. And then the following day, I write as to what I need to be doing. And I'm constantly, taking notes and reflecting on accomplishments, on challenges, things that I have to do, people I got to thank, things I got to purchase to keep growing, keep developing, building more knowledge capital and all these things. And if you want to dive deeper on reflection journals, if you want to dive deeper on personal growth, personal development, check us out at mybiznovator.com. It's a great platform that touches on action plans, building and increasing your skills, learning about those skills that are needed to be successful in your careers, learning about a portfolio that ties into your career path, a resume, a bio, how to find a mentor, which I think is crucial. You should definitely, if you're in high school by now, you should be doing an internship. So many things that you find on this platform, but it's all about you. And what a perfect opportunity to learn about yourself now that you have some downtime, meaning that yes, you have some schoolwork through the online courses, but trust me, you're going to have some moments, some hours where you're going to ask yourself, what should I do? They're discouraging me to go out and meet with my friends, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with taking a walk in the park, going out to ride a bike. What we are saying is be mindful of being in large gatherings, going to the mall, hanging out with a bunch of people where your chances increase of picking up perhaps this coronavirus disease. So be careful, be smart, and remember that wherever there's a crisis lies an opportunity. You've got 30 plus days, in some cases less, and in many cases more. 30 plus days, I'm saying, good give and take, as to when we're going to come out of this. I think 30 to 45 days. Hopefully it's less. But you got 30 days and you have times in your hands for you to be active in doing something amazing that will help you empower yourself. Go to mybiznovator.com for more information.